Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming a anti-haul, so this is going to be my October anti-haul, and every month I sit down and film one of these, so if you guys want to roast some makeup with me, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I do post quite often, so highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you're notified every time I post, and without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, so I feel like these videos always come around and it just happens to be like a very consumer driven holiday like Black Friday. I mean, Black Friday is not really a holiday, but if I get a day off work or my husband gets a day off work, I consider it a holiday because it's definitely worth celebrating, right? Just to like spend time with your family and friends and things like that. So anyways, Black Friday is around the corner and I know a lot of you are gearing up to shop because you have been so patiently waiting for indie brands to put their favorite eyeshadow palettes on sale, which I totally get. There's a few things that I'm eyeing as well. I also capitalized on a holiday sale from a brand that I've been waiting to have a sale for a while, Jolie Beauty. I think I showed you guys those palettes in my haul video. If not, it is coming up in the month of November. But yeah, I love a good sale just as much as the next person because as much as I get sent stuff in PR, there's still always palettes that I'm eyeing from brands that don't send me PR. Some brands I buy from and then I get added to their PR list. So always grateful. Just want to mention some of those behind the scene things that you guys might not be aware of. But either which way, I have things that I want to buy as well. And I don't know, sometimes just talking through stuff, seeing what we passed on in a previous month really helps me kind of stay grounded and try not to lose my head when it comes to everything being on sale. I thought I was going to be physically ill because I just didn't have the funds to shop the Sephora sale to the extent that I usually would if I was working outside of the home. Like, if you look at my previous Sephora hauls during the VIB sale times, they've been pretty massive, and now it's a little bit different. My circumstances are a little bit different. I am a full-time stay-at-home mom, and then I do YouTube on the side, and I just don't have like a big channel where, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say a big channel because it's not just big channels that make good money on YouTube. If you have lots of sponsorships, if you have a good retention rate, if your small audience watches all of your videos, you're still going to make a decent amount of money on YouTube. It's definitely sustainable, but you can look at my numbers. It's not there yet, and that's totally fine. So it's been quite a change. Maybe I should do a video on that, just how I've had to change my spending habits. For a while, I still feel like I haven't really changed that much because my YouTube income, my spouse or my partner, whatever we want to call him, definitely lets me have freedom on how I choose to spend that. A lot of the time it is to acquire fun things for the kids. So if I want to get them outfits or things like that, that's a majority of where my money goes that I make on YouTube, and of course any eyeshadow palettes or makeup I want to acquire. But I ran into a bit of a hiccup in the month of September, October. It's just been a lot slower. I think, you know, more brands are offering YouTubers codes, influencers codes. So of course, if you think about it as, let's say, a pool, the more people that get added to the pool, the more codes that are out there, then I guess my code gets used less, which is totally fine. That's just the nature of the world we live in, right? I can't gatekeep indie codes. So of course they're gonna get used less and less. Some brands, you know, I get lucky and I get in on the first wave of being an affiliate, and so I make a little bit more, but that hasn't happened in a while. There's not really any up and coming brands that I've like found that I've been kind of at the, what is it, the starting point of. So anyway, this is totally turning into the opposite of anti-haul. So basically what I've been trying to say is, as much as it might be hard to think that I'm a person, I am, and I love makeup. That's kind of why I got into YouTube to begin with, because I was looking for people that had my complexion, that provided reviews, and I was getting really frustrated because when I started watching, it was hard for me to find people with my skin tone, and then I ended up buying a lot of the stuff that lighter complected YouTubers were recommending, and it just didn't look like that on me. And it's something I'm still like working on, you know, trying to figure out like what actually works with my skin tone, how to tailor my makeup to my face shape, different things like that. And I don't know, I feel like I'm always learning, but that is not what this video is about. It's about me becoming a little bit better at managing my expenses. I still feel like I suck at it. I really, really do. I feel like I should have way more money saved up than I do currently, but I don't know, sales get me sometimes, and I'm sure you guys can relate. So let me know how you feel about all that. Let me know what your strategy is going into Black Friday. I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes that I've purchased that I still want to create with. They're technically what you would consider older on YouTube, but honestly, I'm not going to sweat. I'm going to just keep creating, and if people want to watch it, they can watch it. If they don't, that's fine too. Of course, I'm always trying to be strategic. One thing that I really would like to achieve is to hit, I think, 20,000 subscribers, because YouTube started this thing called YouTube Shop, and I just have noticed that I've seen kind of my views drop. And of course, you know, I'm not saying my channel is perfect and it's for everyone and everyone should love every single upload and every video. That's not what I'm saying, but I feel like there's kind of whispers in the beauty community that maybe they're going to start pushing content that heavily features products that you can get on YouTube Shop, which, hey, I get it. Everyone's out to make money and you need to survive, obviously. And I just want people to be able to get recommended my videos. And so I feel like this is where I'm going to be at a huge disadvantage, because I don't have the subscriber count to be eligible for YouTube Shop. So if you guys have any friends or family members that would benefit from watching my videos, if you could do me a favor and just let them know about my channel, if you could share my channel, or, you know, just comment for the algorithm. Those are free ways that you could just help me out. So we'll see. I definitely don't want to give up. It's been such a climb. Like, I just hit 13,000 and it's just been so slow on my channel. It makes me wonder, because, you know, I hear other creators saying like there's something wrong, there's something off about my views. Like, weird things like that were happening to me as well on my channel, and I just don't know how to share or talk about it, because I don't want to ever come off as like the victim. But anyways, if you guys could help me hit 20,000, I know that's like very unrealistic because it's over 5,000 people finding this channel, but if I don't try, I'll never know, right? So here's my just putting it out there to the world. This anti-haul went off the rails, but you know what? People are probably not going to see this video anyway, so I might as well talk about what I freaking want to talk about. So there, I said it, okay? Let's go ahead and anti-haul some things. I usually talk more about mainstream brands because I don't want to shit on indie brands, but let me go ahead and move on over so we can roast some makeup. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to anti-haul is this Blush Pressed Book Pressed Blush Palette from Made by Mitchell. This is $41.99, and don't get me wrong, I have purchased from the brand before. I actually think that they make really cool, colorful makeup, very, very fun and out there, and I think that's just like their signature style, so I'm totally here for it. This blush palette, I would honestly want to own some of these shades, but I feel like I'm trying really hard not to buy big face palettes just because I know that it is kind of cumbersome and I don't reach for them as much. So for that reason, I would be anti-hauling this particular palette. We also have Melrose Place dryer sheets from DD Cool and Way. We have dryer sheets in the signature Way scent. Melrose Place swirl notes of rose, bergamot, and white musk. Our dryer sheets soften fabrics, reduce static, and add a gentle fragrance. Pair with detergent for $14. So I think this is actually a really cool concept. How fun is that you can get your favorite fragrance in a detergent as well as dryer sheets? That sounds absolutely lovely. Next we have from Dior, they have this giant advent calendar. I think I heard, who said they bought this one? Was it Laura Lee that had mentioned? And she said it was all like samples, so I don't know if this is just something that they put all the full-size products to take the product photography, but this is a $750 advent calendar. There's also like holiday discovery sets and stuff like that, but particularly the advent calendar, $750 will get you at least like a small Dior wallet or something. So the fact that they want to charge for like minis, $750 seems wild. And like I said, I had heard from watching Laura Lee's video that they were all samples, and she thought that it was such a disgusting like deal because you could just get that from shopping at Dior. So yeah, straight to jail in my opinion. Okay, next from Hermes we have these quads that they launched. I think this is of course like a very luxury label, right? Because it's a circle packaging, and then we have two square pans, two circle pans, which I feel like would drive most people nuts. For me, it's not like bothering me because I feel like it looks artsy, but at the end of the day, these are $108, and that is just not a price that I'm willing to pay for eyeshadows. I get that it's a designer label, but it's going to be an easy skip for me. Here's a collection that I would have loved to buy, but I just don't like the pieces. So this is Kitsch collab with e.l.f. And they did like this cute scrunchie set, a sparkly green claw clip, and a satin pillowcase, and heatless curling set. That heatless curling set is so cute because it looks like little candy canes. Now, don't get me wrong, but how many heatless curling sets can you have? Like, do you put multiples of these in your head? Because I own a set from Kitsch and I have one, and I just can't imagine, like I can't put multiple rods in my hair. So are you like bougie enough to own multiples of that? Because they keep collaborating on it, and I'm like, I don't understand like who's buying this, because if I've bought now the e.l.f. set, am I gonna want the next one? And it's not like it goes bad, so it's not like something you can like repeat purchase. So I always wish they would do other things. Like I would love to see a candy cane scrunchie set. I think that would be so adorable. I did buy their Bridgerton satin pillowcase, and I thought it was fine. I didn't feel like it was changing my life, but I'm sure some of you out there would swear by satin pillowcases. I feel like I have a decently healthy head of hair, so I feel like I haven't seen much of a change or anything by using that. Okay, from e.l.f. we have these duochrome liquid eyeshadows. I didn't pick any of these up because honestly, I find myself reaching for singles less and less and less. There is a few brands that I'll grab their singles, but for the most part, I don't really seek out singles. I do have quite a few liquid duochrome, multichrome eyeshadows that I haven't reached for in forever. So I do feel guilty about that. I feel like I'm always thinking like I need to declutter, I need to declutter. So yeah, this would be something that I don't need in my collection, but I feel like if you've always wanted to try some kind of fun liquid eyeshadow, this might be your chance, because at $8, that's a great price point. Okay, we talked about this Madonna and Gerard Blandino collaboration, whatever the heck this was, and I can't remember who I was watching, but they put it so well, saying like Gerard Blandino's been around for so long that he's probably been able to rub elbows with people like Madonna, who is literally like one of the biggest superstars out there. I mean, Charlotte Tilbury did just do a lip line or two lip piece, I think, with Elton John. I mean, that's bananas. Like, how freaking cool, right? So to me, these are like titans in the music industry, and the fact that this is what Madonna is gonna leave behind as her legacy. I mean, we were all like laughing when Fenty did that like ketchup packet thing with Heinz, or like the Heinz vibe with the glosses, but this is just sad. Like, this is like seeing Hot Topic makeup, and I just would have expected so much more from somebody that sold their company to Estee Lauder. And like, Can somebody please tell me whose face this is supposed to be? I guess I could read the caption and see if there's something about it in there, but I don't understand. Like, oh my gosh, this is what you decided to design to celebrate Madonna? Like, I have questions. I have lots and lots of questions about that. We also have this really cute collection from Nabla. So this is their side-by-side nude palette, baby 9 nude full-size shades with different finishes. We've got the palette, we've got a eyeliner, we've got a eye pen, we've got a lippy. So super cute, super curated. I feel like the side-by-side palette must have been one of their more popular products because of course they designed a whole collection behind it. It's going to be an easy skip for me because I don't like neutrals enough to need that. But I mean, Nabla does have nice stuff, especially if you're in Europe. It's very luxurious and at a great price point. We have from Wet n Wild, this is their Holiday Foxtrot collection. I think I saw this at Ulta, and I am a big fan of the brand. Don't get me wrong, some of their limited edition collections really get me. And you guys like them too. I think that for the price point, you're getting some really good stuff. This is really cute. I think these are very giftable. I definitely don't need any of it, so I didn't buy any of it. I didn't really look at any of it. But yeah, it's a pass. It's a pass. But I don't think it's the worst. Like, I don't want to roast it too hard. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we have from Miss Victoria Beckham. She launched some new fragrances, and honestly, these all sounded so good. Like, so good. The Portofino, which is like bergamot, black pepper, amber, patchouli. We've got sweet. We've got San Ysidro Drive, I think is what they are. So really great fragrances. 100 ml for $290. Granted, I just got the Smoking Hot fragrance from Kilian. Oh my gosh, that's like the first Kilian fragrance that I actually enjoyed the smell, because a lot of people love that one called Love Don't Be Shy. That one's too sweet for me. But Smoking Hot, oh my gosh, for the holidays, I was so like sad when it sold out during the Sephora sale because I drug my feet and I didn't place my order right away. And then it sold out. And then the whole time the sale was happening, I was like, please come back in stock, please come back in stock, please come back in stock. So I was able to pick up the travel size and it blew my mind, but I could not buy a fragrance for $290 without smelling it first. That would be wild. Okay, Dominique Cosmetics launched a lip and cheek stain, a long-lasting flush of color that leaves your skin feeling soft and smooth, infused with avocado oil to nourish the skin. This is, of course, something I would like to try. I want to try all the makeup. Like, I want to try all the makeup. Doesn't mean I'm going to. This is cute. It's trendy. It's just something I wouldn't go out of my way to buy, so it's a skip for me. We have from Laura Geller, they collabed with the Wheel of Fortune, and I had so much fun talking about this in my new makeup releases because I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to sound like a 35-year-old, but who is buying this? And then so many of you were like, Teresa's dead bought it. And so clearly it's definitely a fun thing. It's not something that I'll be adding to my collection, but maybe you're a huge fan of the show. And in that case, like, I'm so happy that this is something that you wanted. Okay, so these new hair and body fragrance mist Fleur, I was eyeing. Again, another thing that I drug my feet on, and they all sold out in the $20 size. So I was like, oh, let me get them during the sale. Like, I was eyeing them before the sale, and then I was like, okay, I'm so close to the sale, let me just wait. And then they all sold out, and then they kept coming back in stock here and there. But I kept reading the reviews, and I feel like people weren't that impressed with them. So I made peace with the fact that I didn't get any of them, and I honestly didn't need another fragrance anytime soon. So in retrospect, I'm kind of happy I missed out on it. Like, I drug my feet and I didn't end up buying it. I have considered, like, do I want it now? And I'm like, I'm okay. I'm all right. It's fine. Here's another thing that I hummed and I hawed about buying during the Sephora sale. It's the House Labs holiday collection. So I believe I saw, I think it was Brit. She was showing the lip oils and the containers were so small. I think she had said that she was gonna run out in like a couple of uses, which was wild. So I'm glad I skipped that. And also I need a lip oil, like I need a hole in my head. I did not like the like glossy lip things, the atomic shakers. I did not like those. I tried them when Michaela made them go viral and I thought that formula was hot garbage. And then the eyeshadow palettes, I think I saw the Fancy Face tried them. I think she swatched them. She said that they really like sold themselves to her when she saw them in person, but they're pricey. They're like $49 for 6 eyeshadows. And don't get me wrong, I've paid stupid money for ketchup packets from Fenty, but when I do see the light, sometimes I do make good decisions, so I did skip on that. Here's something I totally wanted during spooky season. It's Casper's collaboration with Profusion. I have a lot of fond memories watching this show, and so I was like, ooh, maybe I should get something just to like have, you know. But one of the things I realized too about my collection is I like having stuff that I have just to have because it's a movie I really like or a show I really liked or something that I really liked growing up. But the longer I've been alive, I guess, I realized that I don't really care that much. Like, nostalgia really gets to me, and then once I'm done with the video, I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm not really going back to that stuff. And I don't really have stuff like displayed. Like, I have stuff on shelves, but I don't really have like a shelf with things sitting on like display type situations. So yeah, I mean, it's fun and I'm excited. I'm trying to think, there was something recently. Oh, it was the Beauty and the Beast. Like, that, so nostalgic, but also there's like other stuff that I bought where I'm like, yeah, okay, well, that's nice. I'm glad I have it, but nostalgia doesn't really, in the long run, matter to me. I know some people have beautiful collections of beautiful things that they love so much that they just love to look at and stuff, and I'm just not that person. Right now, stuff is just like overwhelming me in this room. My SD card was telling me to shut up because I've been going on and on and on in this video. Is it even an anti-haul? I don't know. But literally, if you were to look around this room, there's stuff everywhere. And I feel like right now that's like my whole life. And I think that happens when you have children. You kind of have to keep things. You have toys, all of the things. And so I would just like to get to that point where everything has a place, and things that don't have a place I just get rid of. So I'm not that girl. I try really hard not to keep like a ton of PR packages and stuff. Of course, I have a few things that have very special like memories, and I'm like, why am I keeping, like, I have some like designer bags and I have the boxes for them, and I'm like, why do I have these? Like, it's so unnecessary. So just something that I'm talking out loud about. If you guys can relate, definitely let me know. But I definitely wanted to buy a few things just to have, and now I just realized I don't really care that much. So happy about that for myself. So I have to roast this Lawless palette. This is the Dreamy Dozen Talc Free Eyeshadow palette. And I mean, I just like, why? Like, why did we need to make this? I haven't heard that Lawless eyeshadows are like knock your panties off types, but I did see Tina bought this palette and she said she really enjoyed it. She swatched it in store and it totally convinced her. So I do trust her opinion on things. Doesn't mean I'm gonna go buy it, because to me this is like 50 Shades of Beige. But I figured I'd share that she bought it, and so maybe she'll post something on it. But for me, it was an easy skip. Okay, let's talk about this palette. So I literally went back and forth so many times on if I should pick this up, the Lightworks 4 palette during the Sephora sale, just to save some money, because it is a pricey palette, and I do own, I believe, the last two that were multi-chromes, and I had a lot of fun. But I feel like I've said over some videos in the last couple of months that I've gotten to the point where I don't really love all shimmer palettes as much. I used to say that I was a big fan of them because I feel like I had plenty of mattes that I could mix them and match them with. But at some point, it's like every shade kind of seems like it's already been done before when it comes to multi-chromes. And so I was just getting a little bit sick and tired of having multiple glowy shadows, and I really hit that kind of wall when it comes to these all shimmer palettes. So I decided to say no. It was hard because of course the collector in me was like, just buy it, you can make a video out of it. And then I was like, nope, it's $125. That's a huge chunk of money for something that I'm not obsessed with. So I did decide to pass on it, and it was tough, but now I would never pay full price for it anyway, so I'm happy I let it go. It also has such stunning packaging, so that wasn't helping me say no either. Okay, so Spectrum, which I call like the color pop of brushes, is also collabing with Beauty and the Beast, and I think this is adorable because it has the characters on some of the products, like the little makeup bag and the little chip teacup and the cute brush that's a candle and the brush that looks like a rose. Like, this is a really well thought out collection, but it's so expensive. And I did buy some of the Spectrum stuff that they did as a collaboration with Winnie the Pooh, and I've just kind of been, for lack of a better term, hoarding. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? Again, it's an IP I love so much, but I know it's just gonna sit there and I'm not really gonna use these as much. So I did decide to skip on it, even though it was kind of hard to do. Okay, these eyeshadow palettes from Florasis, I'm gonna anti-haul because I just don't feel like buying these for review at this moment in time. If they sent these to me, I'd probably be all about it, because this is like the most color I've seen them do, but I also don't feel the need to buy a rainbow kind of palette. Well, it's not rainbow, but this very vibrant like green, a red, yellow, blue palette I'm so curious about, because I want to see what they did with their formula, like what these are like. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love that look that they did with the model in the pictures. But does that mean I need to buy it myself to find out? For the moment, it's a no. And yeah, I just thought that was so different for them. Okay, this is what I mean when I say, does Kitsch really need to make more of these heatless curl sets? Like, I feel like, how many can you own? So this is their collection that is with Disney Princess, and it's cute, but it's not cute enough for me to have multiples of those. Okay, here's something I low-key wanted, but I had some of these products so I couldn't justify, but it's the Trend Mood box. And honestly, even though this is an anti-haul, I hope that some of you were able to get your hands on this, because to get the ABH palette and then get everything else, I feel like it was such a good deal. So you could get the ABH Fall Romance palette. There's a Miracle Hair Mask, a lip cream from Sigma, which I've tried and it's so good. We've got the M Cosmetics Soft Blur Velvet Lip Liner, a rice toner, a mascara from KVD. We also had a brush cleaner. So yeah, thought that was a good deal, but I did decide to pass on it because I already had the eyeshadow palette. Okay, y'all, I hope I could make something happen with this very rambly apparent anti-haul. Thank you for listening if you sat through it and you kind of nodded along with me on some of the stuff I was feeling about YouTube lately. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. That would so help me out reach this goal that I have, this dream that I have, to make something out of this YouTube channel. It always is super appreciated when you guys support. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!